Self-discovery. Simple freedom. Self-discovery is the most direct route to freedom now. It is standing in the fire of who you are not. A quote by Muji. It is not a path, journey, discipline, practice, meditation, or any step-by-step program that eventually brings you to enlightenment. As valuable as these methods were in the much slower frequencies of the old energy of time and space, they are detriments to the high frequencies of the new energy or now. All the old practices eventually lead to the pathless path of self-discovery in this new energy. Freedom is now, not at the end of a path somewhere out in the distant future where it does not exist. It is here now, and it's completely simple. Freedom is for those who have said, enough. I'm tired of the roller coaster ride of this world. They've also said, I will do anything to be free, no matter what. They have made freedom their number one priority. Freedom cannot be attained through the mind, which instead of being a servant to the heart, has become a tyrant we call ourself. You are returned to the freedom that you are through the heart or feelings, which are not the emotions, the tools of the mind. This tyrant is composed of conditioning, which is made up of attachments, expectations, and identities. The false self is a veil that hides the truth of who you really are. Self-discovery simply transforms that veil. The world the false self lives in is a dream filled with illusions with highs and lows and a steady stream of suffering. Suffering is a direct result of believing that it, the false self, is a separate entity, isolated in a vast universe and subject to all manner of dangers that end in death. The belief in being a separated, isolated entity brings with it the belief in victims. Self-discovery dissolves suffering by revealing that you are one, that you are God. This is the message of the new energy. There can be no victims in one. Here is how self-discovery transforms your conditioning and returns you to conscious awareness that you are God. First, you focus your attention as a witness to your world, detached from the play of illusions your body-mind is acting in. As you witness your world, you look for what triggers your feelings. Your world's a giant mirror, and what triggers your feelings is an aspect of your conditioned false self that is ready to be transformed or neutralized. The mirror is presented as a story or a drama, but beneath it lies the conditioning that brought it into your world. Feeling what is beneath the story drama brings to the surface of your awareness the real cause of your suffering and delusions. This is standing in the fire of who you are not. It can be incredibly hot, and this is why you must choose freedom no matter what. When you have fully felt this feeling, it subsides. Now you embrace this feeling. Why? Because everything is one, is God. Everything, every circumstance, no matter how disgusting it may seem, is God in disguise. To embrace the feeling that came up is to love God. To love God is to love yourself, the true meaning of loving yourself. That is your part. Feel what triggers you and embrace it. Your self-love allows grace, which is love in action, to transform the conditioning, thinning the veils that hide the God you are. As you continue to sit in the audience of your world as a witness to its illusions, and have your feelings triggered again and again, feeling and embracing what lay beneath, what triggered you, more and more conditioning is transformed by grace, and the illusion of being a separated, isolated entity or a victim dissolves, and your awareness of oneness returns you to freedom. This is pure conscious awareness, who you are as God, individuated, not an aspect of God, not God overshadowing you or being within you, but you as God, free as you have always been. At the bottom of conditioning is guilt, shame, remorse, and unworthiness, and the fear of death, not of the physical body, but of the separated identity. These feelings come up again and again in layers until they've all been transformed and you're returned to full conscious awareness of the God you are. If you're truly sincere about being free, again, this pathless path is very, very fast. And some footnotes. In the meantime, momentary vignettes of freedom can be experienced by saying yes to what is. That is, no matter what is playing on the stage of your dream world, say yes to it. This is not necessarily agreeing with what is occurring. It is simply not resisting what is occurring in this moment. The experience of freedom is instantaneous when you do this. Self-discovery can be experienced alone with just the brief overview I have given you here, or with someone who has passed through it and into their own freedom. When you make the no matter what choice to be free, I assure you, as one who has stood in this fire, you will be shown and surrounded in enormous assistance.